time, people. So, you hit the button. I think you did because you hit that button. That's when it starts going. So, hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to Actifio On-Tech for Thursday, March 14th. Happy Pi Day, by the way. It is 314. All I know is 3.14159. After that, I get lost. But apparently, some Google engineer did like 31 trillion digits or something. Set a new record today. So someone's nerding out on Pi Day, which is par for the course. I'm Jason Brown. You see, we have a different audience, a different crew here today. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Jeff Tonello. I am a member of the Tech Target team.
And Dave McGovern. I'm a BDR upstairs for Actifio.
Welcome, guys. I know it's your second or third time, right?
Second time, yep.
And then we got a guy here, first time, so take it easy on you.
Please do.
Yeah. So actually, for today, I got all the topics just because it was easier with what was going on here. It's been a busy week. You know, I wasn't here last week if you tuned in because I was away in Philadelphia for the ASUG. And I'll be in Pittsburgh next week for the ASUG there, which is the America's SAP Users Group, if you don't know the acronym. So a busy time here, you know, with all the stuff going on. Tech Target guys are in here today talking to Gio and the team as well, trying to see what goodness we can do there. So very busy time. So before I get into the topics, though, we do have the beer, as always. Now, side note, I actually did give up beer for Lent. Not super religious, just was kind of feeling a little burnt out on beer, and so I've got my black cherry Polar seltzer water here today. You guys give up anything for Lent?
Cheez-Its and chips.
There you go. Yeah. Healthy.
Trying. Yeah.
I have not.
It's the first time I've ever given up anything.
Be disappointed.
Yeah,
for sure.
She watches this.
Maybe, yeah.
She subscribed. Yeah. She subscribed. Make sure you subscribe.
McGovern.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so like for me, I've never really given up anything for Lent that I can remember. At least maybe when I was a kid, but not definitely in my adult years. So the first time. But I think I'm just kind of using it as the excuse, right? As the timeline to see how long I can go before I crack. But we got Alena here from the Alchemist in Vermont, so you'll appreciate that. I know
definitely.
Dave is a big craft beer guy. So American IPA. So if you're familiar with the Alchemist, they make beers like Heady Topper and Focal Banger and Crusher, for example. Those are probably the three most popular. This one's called Alena, A-L-E.
What's your favorite?
From them?
Yep.
Focal. I like Focal Banger. Yeah.
I would have to agree too. Focal's really good.
I mean, Heady's like the OG original, started the whole craft beer craze, this New England IPA thing. Even though it's not really like a New England IPA nowadays, if you think about what the style is, that juicy, hoppy, citrus-looking kind of beer. But that's really the one that kicked off a lot of the craze. You know, people would be waiting in line for hours just to get, a 4-pack of it. And people would actually time the deliveries to the liquor stores in Vermont, because it was just in rural Vermont where you could get it. And they'd be waiting out there for the trucks. It was pretty crazy. So they kind of kicked off this whole New England IPA craft beer craze. And it's kind of taken off from there pretty crazily. So, yeah, we'll crack this. I'll pour this for you guys. Gio, you having some too?
I'm gonna have a sip. Yeah, I'm gonna try this.
All right. So with that, I'll start a topic and get your guys' opinions. So we'll start off with Marvel. So I was talking to Jeff offline and Dave as well. So if you didn't know, the second trailer for Avengers Endgame dropped today. Some new things in there. The first time we get to see Captain Marvel, the first time we see the quantum leap suits. If you're familiar with Ant-Man and the Wasp, you know what the quantum. Oh well,
I haven't either. So,
but I mean, there's this quantum world. I'm not gonna talk.
Blow your mind.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we start seeing all of the original cast of characters coming back. No Thanos in this new trailer,
he's the man.
Which is interesting. It's more about the heroes and the Avengers themselves. So I guess let's talk about, you guys excited for this movie? What's your favorite Avengers or Marvel movie to begin with? And while I crack this, why don't you guys go?
Well, I'm certainly excited to see it. I have not even seen a trailer yet. I was probably going to see Captain Marvel first. Yep,
I have to see that as well.
Yep. Yeah. And as far as my favorite, it by far is Captain America. I think it, it sort of kicked things off with this trend of the Marvel movies. It's a little more realistic in my mind, meaning it doesn't go far outside of the realm of possibility of things that can happen in the real world.
Besides a 5 foot turn into this 6 foot muscle man through a machine.
Oh yeah, no wait, does that happen in that movie?
Yeah, Captain America, Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Hey, to remember the.
Oh no! I thought you meant something else. Yeah. No, I agree. He was a skinny little pipsqueak guy,
right?
And he turned in, but
and then he goes into
that can happen to anyone that does steroids.
Tony Stark's dad. What was his name? What was Tony Stark's dad's name? I forget. But
Mr. Starks.
Yeah, but he's the one that created that machine that made him get huge, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, kind of went from there.
By the way, shout out to Pat O'Donnell for bringing this down from Vermont.
Oh, thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
This is actually getting pretty good reviews on tap. So
nice. Awesome. Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It looks good. It smelled good pouring it on the can. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
How's it drinking out of a champagne flute?
It's nice.
Super
It's
classy.
a little bit of a change.
Super classy.
For sure.
you got your fedora.
Yeah, no, definitely. Need one of those.
Dave, what about you? Favorite Marvel movie?
I don't know. I've always been an Iron Man fan. So that's probably what I watched the most for the most part. But I'm super excited for this movie. All my friends have been talking about it too. Yeah. So we're all probably going to try to go opening weekend and then sit through the 3.5 hour. Yeah. Maybe a little less than that. And it's definitely going to be worth it, I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
When's it supposed to come out?
April 26th.
Yeah, I was going to say end of April.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The Infinity War was the best, I think.
The Infinity War was pretty sick.
That was one I could literally just replay. Just hit
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was a good one.
It was good.
It was really
I
good.
think my favorite is Thor Ragnarok just because it was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I just laughed my butt off a lot when I was watching that. And then the original Iron Man 2 kind of blew me away as well. So I'm excited. I agree with you. I need to see Captain Marvel first.
Yes.
So I got to make a trip to the theater, check that out. Maybe we'll bring the wife there for date night or something.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was thinking of bringing my daughter. She's big into Wonder Woman. So
nice.
Along the same line. I mean, she's only 4 years old, but everything she has is Wonder Woman. So figure she can
nice. My daughter's big Frozen.
graduate to Captain Marvel. Frozen's awesome.
She's got the Elsa. She's got the castle.
Number 2 coming out for that.
I know, in November, I think, right? So,
Well, Jeff, aren't you going to be Anna for Halloween?
Yeah.
There you go. Nice.
Spoiled my surprise.
Oh, yeah. Way to go, Gio.
Thank you.
Come on, man. All right, so getting into the technology. So big week, bad week for technology firms. So if you keeping track, or if you're a user of platforms like Google and Gmail and Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp and even iCloud, all three of them had outages this week. Gmail and Google was on Monday. We had Facebook, Insta, WhatsApp, because they're all the same company, yesterday. And today we have iCloud. So this morning there was an announcement that iCloud was down for a lot of users as well. So not a great week for the big tech firms out there in terms of outages. Now, were you guys affected at all by any of these things?
So I am probably one of the very few people in this world that does not have Facebook.
It's great.
So like to stay off the grid.
Yeah.
So that did not affect me. I was traveling Monday and Tuesday. Didn't have any sort of effects that way. The iCloud thing, again, I just kind of feel like these things do happen. It's not the end of the world. It'll get fixed.
Agreed.
If it was a multi-day thing, it probably would have hurt a little more, but
yeah, they've been luckily been able to mitigate these things within a few hours, as opposed to like that Amazon server blew up in Northern Virginia, right? It was like days where things happen. So it's funny just because our business, right, with Actifio, we do have a data protection use case, and so it's interesting to see and learn how these companies are affected and then are recovering from it as well. I know that across Twitter wasn't affected, so Twitter had a lot of action yesterday with regards to talking about this and everything. So kind of a boon for their platform when the other ones go down. So it's interesting to see how these everyday apps, I'm on all of them for the most part. So I was definitely affected yesterday by the Facebook one. I know people were trying to send me some direct messages and couldn't because it was just down.
Yeah, Instagram too. Instagram was the big one for pretty much all of us, I think, upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole afternoon it was out, so, you get notifications. But, yeah, exactly. Productivity went through the roof yesterday, let me tell you.
That's true.
But, no, yeah, I mean, for the whole afternoon, right up until probably about like 6 or 7 o'clock, I think, I didn't even check it for the rest of the day. Because I was just like, no, whatever.
Well, yeah.
But,
yeah. Nice. So, speaking of what you said, Jeff, so back to travel. Big news about airplanes. So the Boeing's hurting right now. So talk about a company that's hurting. Boeing, the 737 MAX 8 as well as the MAX 9 have been grounded. So this is their newest plane. kind of a new design as well. I've been reading about it. You know, it's designed to work in smaller airports. So they've got these new engines, and these new engines, because the planes are a little lower to the ground, they've been moved farther up in the plane. And they've got this new monitoring system called MCAS, MCAS. And basically, this system is used to determine the pitch of the nose, as well as because these engines are lower to the ground, they're more susceptible to sucking some debris in as well.
Interesting. Okay.
So when they're taking off, there's all these systems in place to ensure that the nose of the plane doesn't dip too much, and it's all done with the autopilot. So if you're on autopilot, these systems are always working. If you disable autopilot, you can do it manually. But apparently, what's happened is there's been 2 crashes in the past few months. The first one was in, I believe,
6 months ago, right?
October 29th, 189 people were killed when a Lion Air flight in the crash in the Java Sea, taking off from Jakarta, Indonesia, right after about 13 minutes after takeoff. So the airplane lost control early in its flight. Crew made a distress call and crashed into the ocean. Everyone passed away. And then recently, March 10th, Ethiopian Airlines Flight 302 departed from their airport in Nairobi, going to Nairobi, and just after takeoff, another distress call, and the airplane crashed 40 miles from the airport, and I believe about 179 people, 157 people were
Lost their
killed
lives
because of that. So obviously there's a correlation because they wouldn't have grounded, and there's been controversy as well because most of the international countries have banned the airplanes earlier this week, but the USA, the FAA,
just did it today.
Did it today. Yeah. So there was a lot of controversy around Donald Trump when there isn't there, right? Yeah. And the FAA about why aren't they grounding these? What's going on? Obviously, Boeing's an American company based out of the Seattle area, Tacoma area. They're driven by that factory many times going to Seattle from the airport.
SeaTac,
out of SeaTac. So. It looks like there's some trouble here, and obviously it's going to take a few months at least to investigate all the black boxes and simulations to see what happened. But they're really targeting all these engines and that MCAS system to basically find out what the heck is going on.
Right.
Why is that sensor malfunctioning or thinking something's happening when it's not really happening? So
I also read somewhere too that I guess Boeing never really told the pilots about this feature, which was I think the kicker. So the pilots are saying they had no idea what was going on, and Boeing's saying, well, of course you should know that.
I believe I read that as well. The training has been subpar. The manuals also are insufficient. Yeah. So there's pilots complaining about it. I read about one pilot where this started to happen, the dip started to happen, and the system was starting to crash the plane, and they switched over to manual, and they were able to actually recover. So, it seems like Boeing's in a little bit of trouble here with this because of not only the technology, but also the things we're hearing from pilots who have experience with the new planes as well. So, stay tuned there. Don't be afraid to fly, though. I mean,
I was on an A320, so
you fly everywhere I fly. The A320 is a lot too. So big JetBlue guy.
Yeah, exactly. Same here.
So out of Boston, so I flew JetBlue down to Philly. I'm flying JetBlue to Pittsburgh. So I think we'll be okay.
I think so.
So stay tuned there as well. So pretty scary, but luckily they at least have taken actions to ensure the safety of everyone flying out there.
Yep.
Next, what did I have? Oh, speaking of transportation, any of you guys big Tesla guys at all? You like Teslas? Care at all?
Not really. No.
I think it's a cool concept, but it's a little above.
How about you?
My price.
I don't have a Tesla.
Yeah.
If I had a lot of money, I'd probably get one because my buddy, one of my roommates from college has one, and actually it's funny. He lives in Connecticut down in Stamford, and he was up in Boston for an event, and he actually stopped in Framingham, and I live in the Framingham area, to charge his car because there's some superchargers there. Yeah. So I had lunch with him there. It was pretty funny. So I got to check out his car. But apparently the Tesla Y is being announced tonight.
Okay.
So tonight around like 8 o'clock, I think it is, the Tesla Y. Going to live stream the launch of that. It's an SUV.
Okay.
Oh, really?
So it's their SUV version. So, I mean, the X is kind of like an SUV, I guess. I don't know. It's not really a car. The X with the full...
I've seen one of those.
Yep. It's kind of like a mini SUV, I guess, because this is a bigger one. But it shares the same platform with the Model 3, their newest car. That's the newer sedan out there. So a lot of buzz around that about, what's it going to look like, what are the specs going to be.
Yeah.
Do I know what it costs? Let's see. Probably not.
Too much.
Probably
80. What's this? 850?
No, this is. So see the specs.
Because they're doing a thing now too, where it's cheaper if you just buy it
Start
online.
at
as opposed to going to the
$38.5
store.
and run as high as
Shutting down-
Shutting down all the
$63.
stores, yeah. But my uncle just got one, and he's kicking himself because he's like, if I just bought this online, I would have saved, I think, like 15 grand or something like that.
Yep.
Well, the rebates on them are pretty cool. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jeff just saw here in the article, it'll start at 38.5 and go as high up to 63.8 before you put in options like autopilot. So I'm guessing like the P100D will be the 63.8, right? And the performance all-wheel drive one, and then going to go down from there. Yeah, it's going to go into production in 2020, and I guess we'll see what it looks like tomorrow.
Because they have the Roadster coming out too, the Coupe, right?
Do they? Yep.
Yeah, I think. And then
So
they're doing a semi-truck too.
I heard about that, the semi-truck, yep.
Crossover?
No, this one's a straight SUV, it says.
No, the semi truck. Is that
Yeah.
like a crossover?
I don't know.
No, I think it's going to be like actual,
It's like an actual
used for,
18-wheeler,
cargo trucks,
yeah.
like
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Semi.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, a semi. Yeah.
Not semi as in like half.
Yeah.
Semi as in like.
Yeah. Like an
like an actual
18-wheeler.
You got it. You got it. So yeah, we'll see what it looks like. I mean, like I said, I can't afford one, and it'll be a while before I can. But you know, they're pretty cool. I guess good concept.
I'm a Lincoln guy myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Right now I'm an Audi guy. I have an Audi, so
Okay.
been really enjoying that for the past few months.
I'm a Kia guy.
There you go.
Nice.
You're a Subaru guy. Shut up. Yeah, Gio rocking the Subaru. So last thing, and I don't know much about this topic, but I thought it was interesting. So Huawei, you guys know Huawei, Chinese company. They basically are the biggest technology firm in China. They apparently have developed their own operating systems because right now there are legal court battles going on for them to stop using operating systems like Windows and Android, because basically what Huawei does is rip off existing designs, right? You know, it's what I read.
Isn't that how technology works?
It's not my opinion. It's what I read here. Is that the reason for all these court battles and legal proceedings is that the feeling is that basically what they will do is they will just, because there's no like copyright infringement and patent things in China. Right, so basically they'll take designs from U.S. companies and U.S. technology and basically copy it and then release it under their brand, and then there's no penalties for that. So basically what the U.S. is trying to do is say, well, okay, if you're going to do that, then we want to try and limit what operating system and software you can have on there. And so therefore these court proceedings are happening to ban them from installing Android on their phones, because they have a lot of smartphones, and then Windows on their servers and computers and laptops and things like that. So and what they said is, well, they're like, screw you guys, it doesn't matter. We've got our own operating systems that we can put in there immediately if we need to. So it's very interesting. I mean, I don't know. It's definitely kind of a forcing function, right? Because
Sure, yeah.
if this happens, it's going to force them to use. But it seems that they're prepared for it. So we'll see what happens there as well. I mean, I don't own any Huawei stuff. Of course.
I do not either.
I don't either.
And of course, I believe it was it the Huawei servers that were the ones that? No, I think those were other ones. There was those servers with the Chinese spy hacking chips in there or whatever from a few months ago. We talked about it on On-Tech, but I forget if it was Huawei or another Chinese company. I'm not sure. Don't remember. But yeah, so
How's the beer?
yeah,
delicious.
it
Really good.
Delicious.
Yeah. Smells good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's good. It
I'm
is
not gonna lie.
It is nice, yeah.
How many days you got left?
I don't know, like-
Oh, no, yeah.
It's only been a week.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what, 40 days, something like that.
Yeah.
40,
No, it's more than that,
it's
isn't
like
it?
46 days, I think, this year.
I think
So yeah,
Easter's what? The
April 21st?
Yeah.
So, we got a little over a month.
a month and a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do it.
I hope so. I plan to. You know,
Drink a lot more scotch.
wine.
Any wine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm a big red wine guy. So
All right.
the cold weather, like the red wine.
All right. What's your favorite?
I love Italian reds.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, Barolos,
Yeah.
Brunellos, Amarones, even Super Tuscans and Chianti Classico for that
Cool.
matter.
Okay.
But also the California reds,
California cabs, yeah,
Zin, Pinot as well. You know, I don't discriminate too much.
No,
When it comes to
yeah.
reds. Whites, I'm not big. Not a Pinot Gris or Pinot Grigio.
Oh, no.
guy.
Yeah.
And that's like for the summer, you know, do
Yeah.
like a nice Sauvignon Blanc or a Riesling by the
Yeah.
fire. You know, it's hot, but
Yeah.
mostly reds in the spring,
Got it.
summer, spring, fall,
winter.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So you.
I'm right there with you, but I'm big into the California Reds. Summertime, Pinot Grigio. with a cup of ice.
There you go. There you go.
So.
Yeah. Dave, big wine guy?
Not a huge wine guy. No.
Neither was I when I was your age.
Me neither.
I'll stick to the beer and
Budweiser.
maybe some gin or whiskey or something like that. No tequila. I can't do that. That's
Bad experience.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone's had a bad
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah. It happens real quick. Catches up to you. So I stick to the beer.
All right, so Jeff, Dave, thanks again for coming on.
Thanks for
Actifio
having
On-Tech.
us.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, let us know you're watching. We'd love to hear from you. If you have a topic you want us to talk about, post it, reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you next week. I won't be here. Jay will be back because Jay's on vacation this week, so he'll be back. So you'll see Jay with another special guest or two. And, cheers, guys. Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Have a good one.